home of the war chant, Osceola, Renegade, and the Florida State Seminoles, a place simply known to some as the Dope. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Noles will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. To the air, it's Stewart. Working that left side now. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Smith takes the handoff. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
He makes the connection. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. And he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, You want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So, obviously, to do it on this stage will go a long way to determining whether this team gets in the playoff.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Offense in a split backfield. Going up top on first down. Gets open down the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Wenke, who, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
Leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. We can talk about the next game on the schedule. They're always looking forward to this one.
Looking to throw on second down. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless. Those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Pulls it in. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense, too, right? There was a broken tackle, and the guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up fourth down.
Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for room. It's Duarte. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much. All throughout the year, all the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Finds his big tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
He's going out of bounds at the 50. And a first down for the offense.
The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. The jet sweep pass. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Give to the running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Quarterback on the keeper. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Back to pass, it's Stewart. He lets one fly deep. Snags it. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now it's 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one. 60 minutes of football and and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
And you don't want to start this game with two straight punts. Big third down opportunity coming here. Quarterback will audible. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires the pass, intercepted. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Touch pass on the right. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Looking downfield at Stewart. They're working that left side. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Here comes the field goal unit. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy. A 42-yarder from the left hash. attempt is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. And the Seminoles headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Working the middle, it's complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and he gets it back. A fortunate turn of events. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They're looking for an advantage to the right. Across the 25, he's got room. He's finally herded out of bounds. Really good pickup on 3rd down, and still not quite enough to move the chains.
Well, it's a great individual effort by the running back on that last play. It's 3rd and forever. He tried to get his team the 1st down. Not enough. Let's see what they do on 4th.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Bringing it back, it's Wade. He gets a block. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Quarterback checking the play. He's going to pass on 2nd down. It's complete to the right. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He tries to take the top off. Fires and picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's much better job with his decision making.
The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
Clemson.
Line gets set, 1st down. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Looking for a man. It's Stewart. Lofts one high and deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. The Tigers will hustle to the line. On 2nd down, looking to throw. He'll take another shot here. Makes the grab inside the 30. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. SMU is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Dallas, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by a field goal over Tulane. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
He fires one deep down the right side. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. A strike downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. They'll immediately call timeout. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Here's the handoff. Just plowing ahead. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Caught in the backfield. It's Urlacher. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man downfield. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And Bobby Bowden built this program. High-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on display today.
Yeah, and it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida, and when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
It's good. Easy call for the ref. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking downfield, it's Stewart. He lofts one down the sideline. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
And he puts through the extra point.
Clemson 21, Florida State 6.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
To kick it off.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's McAfee. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Handoff from the gun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, looking again to throw. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and short, the power run here. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After the misfire, now on second down.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years, not always dual threats, sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie, and guys that maybe they weren't runners, but man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better, and you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
He'll try to do it himself. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
And that pass picked off, bringing it back. He's at the 40, running inside the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Tigers. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. on the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Clemson 28, Florida State 6.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. The snap sets up the throw. It's complete to the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Rifles it down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Fires to the wideout. Throw toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They had this thing in a hammer lock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the 1st half and starting off the 2nd half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. He breaks a tackle. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. Dropping back, it's Stewart. They get to him as he throws. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Clemson will send the punt team out. They'll look to pin him deep. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last possession, a prime example example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
They're trying to get to him. Trying to escape and get it himself. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up, and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
The Seminoles are threatening on 1st and goal. Motion from the offense. Wants to go up top. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Florida State!
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Wants to pass. Trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession.
Looking for the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. He looks that one in nicely. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
They've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to find his man on first down. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off for the third time today. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if they're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Clemson will send the punt team out. On the return, it's Wayne. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take...
It's complete. A huge pickup.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
How about the job by this defense? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.